Saturday, November 16th at Aqueduct. It's pretty decent day. Unfortunately, too many third choice winners, which happens from time to time. Um, my third choice won the first race, paying 1780, and also the second race, paying just 490 for a $33 early daily double, and got my top pick to win race number 3, paying 740. Uh, Another third choice winner in the fourth race, paying 680. So I'd say that the first two early pick threes were listed on my sheet because they were. It just wasn't smart enough to put the winners in as my top two choices. Had another third choice winner in race 6, a top choice winner in race 7, and um, a second choice winner in race 9, which is the race that where I touted early adopter as my best pick from yesterday's video, and unfortunately he broke dead last in the field, and that's just not the style that's been winning at Aqueduct. The turf's been very firm for this late in the year, and it's best to be near the early lead or at worst mid-pack. That's exactly what my second choice, Jack and Jim, did in race 9. Found himself in a nice clear spot in mid-pack and made a nice rally to win, paying 650. So each of the last 2 days, my second choice has been the winner, and so my advice for 3 days back, when I split up my wager between my top pick and my second choice and made a nice little score. Probably should have stuck with splitting up my wager each of the last 2 days. But such as it is, I think that we're all our own worst enemies, and we feel we know what's best, but yet we don't follow our own advice. So we keep pushing forward and see what Sunday will bring. I believe it's be the last day that we'll be running on the turf at Aqueduct. Winter is coming. Even have a little snow in the forecast here in Ohio, and got a late start to handicapping tonight. A few had technical issues trying to get my race reports generated for the Sunday races, and took a few tries, and I didn't have my statistics, my sire stats, my broodmare sire stats, my trainer stats were not even available to me until 11 p.m. Saturday night. So it was a late night handicapping. So made it through the Aqueduct card. It looks like a pretty good card for tomorrow. I think there's some good possibilities. But I will go with race number 8, number 4, Isle of Capri. I should have mentioned that we should look at how my bankroll's doing. So I'll post that up on the screen, and still doing just fine. We're basically even after a uh, number of days, after basically 2 weeks. Um, so there's nothing wrong with that. I hope the rest of you out there have been making some nice profits. But there's nothing wrong with breaking even over a period of time. It's not losing. Not losing is a lot like winning because there's quite a bit of entertainment value. So now that you've had a chance to look at my bankroll situation, we'll go to race 8 at Aqueduct on Sunday, mile turf race for 2-year-old fillies. And I like number 4, Isle of Capri, who has only run once, and that was at 6.5 furlongs on Kentucky Downs turf. Um, and she wired the field 1 by 4, and she was the 2.92 to 1 favorite in a field of 12. Very, very impressive career debut. And this filly could be anything, and I like that they gave her some time off uh, from that win. And the sire statistics, she's by Munnings, and stats are perfectly fine. I like that the maturity factor, column far to the right, MAT, maturity factor is nicely above average at 46. The maturity factor basically is looking at 2-year-olds and taking the number of races they win after breaking maiden and dividing it by the number of maiden winners and turning it into a whole number. So that's my idea behind the maturity factor. That you know, once a 2-year-old breaks maiden, do they continue to win after breaking their maiden? Uh, so foals by Munnings, 2-year-olds, they do quite well. And we go to the broodmare sire. Unfortunately, there, Verrazano is the broodmare sire, and I only have uh, 5 turf wins for Verrazano in my database. But it does show a maturity factor of 67. Again, that would be based on um, limited data. But the dirt to turf ratio is 1.8. So uh, Verrazano as a broodmare sire is leaning towards preferring turf to dirt. But the 2-year-olds that had Verrazano as their broodmare sire, they've been winning uh, races after breaking maiden at age 2. So that's certainly a good sign. Um, the trainer data for Brendan Walsh is perfectly fine. His stats there's nothing to be concerned with, and he's right about average. And the maturity factors does okay with 2-year-olds, and so I like that this filly has early speed, and uh, the mile distance really should not be a problem. Uh, Secondary picks in the race: number 7, Rochelle My Belle, kind of an interesting play. Listed at 30 to 1 on the morning line, and uh, didn't run all that well in her only try on turf, but it was in a $102,000 race at Monmouth, and was never a factor, finishing 5th in a field of 7, going just 5 furlongs. The key here is that uh, going a route for the first time is a positive thing. Is looking at the sire report, Lauban, 36 turf winners, and 64% of them coming at a mile or a mile and a 16th. And I also really like the big maturity factor figure for Lauban at 63. Uh, Going over to the broodmare sire report, it's out of a smart strike mare, which got good class potential. Look at the nice 58% of the 249 turf winners came when the purse was over $50,000. and the maturity factor number is nicely above average at 43. So also got decent stats on trainer report. Um, no real concerns there. So I think Rochelle My Bell could be a long shot that could get into the exotics. And for my third choice, I'll go with number 3, She's Artiz, who's had 3 tries on turf, winning her career debut, going 6 furlongs. That was in a $150,000 race at Saratoga, finishing 5th in a field of 8, going a mile 16th on the turf. Tried dirt, which didn't go well at all. And then back on turf October 20th, mile 16th over the Aqueduct turf, and stalked and missed by a length and a quarter, uh, finishing 3rd. Another filly by Munnings, uh, just like my top pick. And the broodmare sire's got a nice layoff figure. So 473, my picks in race 8, and wish you the best of luck, and we'll see you tomorrow.